Today, we're diving into a short but incredibly powerful story about a meeting that pretty much changed everything for the person telling it. It's an encounter that really forces you to look past the physical and see the brilliant light that can shine from within.
So what we're looking at here is an excerpt from a piece called A Visit to Cambridge. It's a super personal account of one man's meeting with his hero. And it's an encounter that completely reshaped how we thought about strength, beauty, and really the power of the human mind.
Well, right from the get-go, the story makes this unique connection front and center. See, this isn't just about some famous scientist. It's about the common ground between two brilliant people, both of whom have been defined, at least in the public eye, by their disability. So let's meet the two extraordinary people at the heart of this story. We have the writer, and then we have the legendary scientist he's about to meet.
Okay, so on one side, you've got Firdaus Kanga. He's a writer and journalist who uses a wheelchair because he was born with brittle bones. And on the other, the one and only Stephen Hawking, the world-famous astrophysicist, also in a wheelchair but communicating through a computer. You know, on the surface, they share this very obvious physical reality. But as we're about to see, their experiences and their outlooks, they couldn't be more different. And that's what makes this meeting so fascinating.
All right, so we're arriving at the meeting itself. Kanga was given just 30 minutes with Hawking. And his first impression, well, it wasn't awe. It was, honestly, pure shock.
Yeah, the narrator's first words are literally, a first glimpse of him is shocking. And it's a jolt, you know? Because this isn't the icon you see in magazines. This is a real, fragile human being. And the reality of that is just completely disorienting.
He says it's kind of like seeing a photograph suddenly pop into 3D. That image we've all seen a million times in the news is now a living, breathing person right in front of him. And the physicality of his presence is just overwhelming in a way a picture could never, ever capture. And Kanga doesn't hold back in his description. The head twisted to the side, the small torso, the wasted legs. It's brutally honest. But then his focus shifts to the eyes. And in Hawking's eyes, he sees something else entirely. Something he calls huge and urgent. It's this incredible contrast between the fragile body and the powerful mind that's sort of trapped inside that really defines this whole encounter. So after that really intense visual shock, the human connection starts to happen. And it all begins with a surprisingly direct and honest question. I mean, imagine meeting one of your heroes. Kanga, knowing he's taking a precious time, just breaks the ice by asking if he's being annoying. It's such a real, vulnerable question to ask a living legend.
Isn't it?
And the answer that flashes up on Hawking's screen, it's a single word, yes. No trying to be polite, no sugarcoating it, just pure, unfiltered honesty.
But then, right after that blunt yes, Hawking gives him this little one-way smile. And in that one gesture, for Kanga, everything changes. The shock just melts away, and he suddenly sees past the machine, past the frail body, and he sees what he calls one of the most beautiful men in the world.
As they keep talking, this fundamental difference in how they see the world just comes right out. Kanga asks if there's anything good about being disabled. Hawking's view is stark. Nope, nothing. But Kanga has a different take. He thinks that through disability, you get to see how much kindness there is in the world. It's this amazing moment of pure, honest disagreement between two people who understand the question better than anyone else could.
And you have to remember how this conversation is even happening. Hawking's voice is synthesized, and he points out a huge limitation. It has no inflection. There's no rise and fall, no tone to show if you're being sarcastic or happy or sad. Every single word, whether it's a deep thought about the universe or just a simple yes, sounds exactly the same.
And this brings us to the core realization of the entire visit. This is the moment the narrator starts to see something way beyond the physical man sitting in the wheelchair. This quote right here, it's the heart of the entire story. Kanga realizes he's looking at a man whose physical form, the lantern, is so worn down that you don't even really see the casing anymore. All you can see is the brilliant, incandescent light of the mind burning inside.
And that's exactly what incandescence is, right? It's an inner glow. It's a light that's just so bright it can't be contained by whatever's holding it.
So, the conclusion Kanga comes to is pretty radical. The body has become almost irrelevant. It's just a shadow, a case, an accessory for the real person inside. It's a complete 180 from his initial shock, where now he sees the body as totally secondary to the mind.
So as their time together comes to an end, the feeling Kanga is left with isn't sadness or pity. It's something he absolutely never expected, a sense of pure exhilaration.
And remember, this whole life-altering experience took place in just 30 minutes.
It's just incredible. It goes to show how a brief encounter can have a massive, lasting impact on your life.
And here's the most profound twist of all. Instead of feeling smaller or more limited in the presence of Hawking's genius, Kajinga feels this huge relief and excitement for the possibilities of his own body. Seeing someone thrive with even greater physical challenges was, for him, just completely liberating.
This meeting completely reframed his entire reality. All of a sudden, the things he couldn't do, like walk or stand, they just seemed so trivial compared to the immense power of what he could do with his mind and his spirit. It was pure inspiration.
You know, this story is such a powerful reminder that a single half hour can really change your life. And it leaves us with a question, doesn't it? What is it that makes some brief encounters so powerful that they completely change how we see ourselves? What does it take to truly look past the surface of another person and glimpse that incandescent light inside them?